All right, guys, I'm down at Southside Auto Works in Noonan. Came down here because Grant is the freaking man when it comes to it. Actually used to do some work with APR, who designs this tune and designed the cold air. So what a better guy to come see than somebody who knows it inside and out. So by the end of the day, the car comes stock with, I think in 2021 it was like 590 horsepower. And by the end of today, with the tune and the cold air intake, we should be pushing somewhere upwards of 750 horsepower. And that's like total insanity. The car's all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering. And you want to talk about a traction monster, an absolute beast from the factory. So bump that up to 750 horsepower, and you got a car that's messing with most cars on the road pretty hardcore. And it's an animal. It's really like a wolf in sheep's clothing, because when you drive this car, it's complete luxury. It's completely smooth as silk. You feel like you're just floating. Like, it's probably the best car that I've ever owned, without a doubt, hands down. And I'm not an Audi guy. I had no idea about Audis, but now you know what I'm saying. And dude, if you have not driven an Audi RS5, RS7, any of the RS lineup, then you're missing out. I've had Corvettes, I've had 650 horsepower ZL1s, 650 horsepower other Camaros. I've driven a lot of cars in my day. These things are absolute beast, and then you get all the luxury on top of it. Smooth, easy to drive, comfortable. Man, it's a badass car. Go drive an Audi today. And I don't plug people's stuff, but that car is an absolute monster. Let's see what they got going on in here. Okay, so what you missed is us taking out the factory setup. I really want to show you guys the difference in the throttle body adapter. So the amount of airflow that's going to come through the aftermarket APR versus the stock is going to be an incredible difference, as you can see. And I believe you'll also be able to see the difference here. The amount of airflow that will come through the stock versus the APR. I mean, to me, I would say maybe not quite double, but almost double. And of course, there's their K&N style air filter. And the reason I didn't do an unboxing, because you know I'm not big on unboxings. I kind of think it's corny anyway. Here's all the parts, both of your adapters, air inlets. Comes with a spacer that actually sits down in the adapter to help the airflow run a little smoother through there. And of course, the beautiful carbon fiber cover that goes on the top. So we're gonna get this installed. The car's hot right now, of course, because I just drove an hour and a half to get here. So you guys can see what it is. I'm just gonna show you the basics. I'm not gonna run you every nut, bolt, screws. Pretty simple. There's a series of screws around the outside of this. I think they were T15s or something. They all come right off. Boom, out. Old air filter. Clamps out. The hard part is replacing this throttle body adapter here, because of where the bolts are down below. And you do not want to drop one of those down there. So I'll walk you through a little bit of that, but it should be pretty basic. Stock air filter versus K&N style air filter. I will say the one thing I love about this air filter system is you guys will notice this perfect little lip around the outside edge here. So this sits right in there and creates a perfect little seal around the whole outside edge, which of course then the lid sits down on and creates a perfect seal. Another cool factor about this car, in my opinion, is it's hard to tell, but the airflow comes right through the front of this, right in the front of the grill area in these scoops here. So you're basically getting forced induction straight into your throttle bodies, into your turbos. You couldn't have designed it any better, in my opinion. One other thing I wanted to point out, which will be kind of hard to notice, is not only the inlets all going to be bigger on the APR unit, but this whole entire area is bigger for more flow. This has kind of got just a little ramp up area. This whole unit seems to be bigger in size. Again, just more airflow. That's what we're looking for. Force feed those turbos. Let them big bad puppies breathe. I think it's well thought out for sure. It's not just a thrown together aftermarket deal. It's really well thought out. I've read some of their stuff where they put all this on a flow bench. They test the flow. They've actually designed these for the Venturi effect to make sure that they flow correct, which is part of these adapters they put in there. It actually helps funnel the airflow, so makes it a lot more efficient. Trying to give you guys a good vision of aftermarket versus stock. I don't know if I agree with the plastic Venturi they put in the stock one. Plastic sitting up against the turbo don't seem like the best of ideas to me, but I'm not an engineer, of course. There's the difference between your inlets, factory versus aftermarket. All right, so there you have it. I don't know if you're going to be able to really see that in there, but that's the spacer in there, and you can see that it kind of lifts up and smooths the transition out of the air going into the turbo. There you go. All right, there you have it. Install is actually pretty simple. They did a good job with engineering the parts. Open the air up. Next thing we're going to do is throw the tune in it and then go for a ride. All right, so it's time. We're going to start downloading the APR tune in here. And from what we were just reading on the APR website, it should give us somewhere in the neighborhood of around 100 horsepower and a little over another 100 foot-pounds of torque, which in an all-wheel drive car should equate to a hell of a lot of fun. So stay tuned. I'm not going to watch this thing go all the way through, so I'm not going to show you that guy, but when it's done, I'll take you for a ride. All right, we'll ease out of this stoplight here because I got to cross over. I'm going to do a pull for you in RS mode. Pay attention to how the speedometer basically climbs by tens. Just so you guys end up with an idea, I'm going to do a quick pull from around 60 on up to 80 or 90, so you can see it still pulls just as hard. Okay, maybe it went a little over 90. It still just pulls just as hard on the upper end as it does the low end. This car's phenomenal. Still says I'm averaging 19.8 miles to the gallon, even though I've been raising a ruckus. After we did the tune, the APR cold air intake, I took you guys for a ride. One of the things I decided was the engine compartment wasn't quite completed. So I went back and bought the APR engine cover, which is carbon fiber. And then I decided to take my turbo cover off because the business I own, we own a laser machine. So I laser etched the turbo cover. And I'm going to try to get this to show up. So there you have it. It's my first video with the brand new RS7, new to me. It's a 2021 RS7. I bought it with 16,000 miles on it. Incredible car. Incredible options for you guys to put a tune on there, cold air. Somewhere close to 750 horsepower. Have not had it on the dyno yet. I'm just going off the numbers everybody else is telling me. It's blazing fast with all-wheel drive. I even had it out in the rain the other day and was just romping on it. And it's incredible the way this car responds. Like, if you have not driven an Audi, please do yourself a favor and go get one, because you're looking at a guy here that loves sports cars, and I had absolutely no clue how badass an Audi is. And to me, that is like, it's the ultimate driver's car. Yes, you could get one that is probably better around the track, handles a little better, but this car handles perfect, a lot of horsepower, pure luxury on top of that. It has every option known to man. It is an incredible, awesome vehicle. So the next thing I'm going to do is look for some wheels, a little splitter for the front. I'll take you guys along for the ride. I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor and help the old man out and hit the subscribe button down there. I'm going to be doing a few more things to the car you might want to see, and then we're going to be doing some mountain runs I'll take you on. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace.